Why do I feel like every single time that this music starts that something's about to go down? Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Today, we have contacted the gods, and we have reached Posieden for him to give us his most valuable prized possession, the best water deck in probably the most relevant deck of all time, because for years and years and years on, this deck has continued to reach the heights of greatness. That's right, we're talking about Mermails, and they have another trick up their boat because they're moving more towards the Atlantean side to be able to generate so many OTKs and boards that your opponent just can't beat. This time around, I'm going to be playing against Perform Pow, and yeah, he seems to be going off pretty bad. And the biggest thing that I like to point out about this deck is that he started off with 5 cards. All of a sudden, he has an extra deck full of cards, 5 cards on field, 7 cards. Oh my God, what is going on here? I hate this game. How did he get so many cards? He started off with 5, and then he's gonna add more? I heard you were looking for me. That's right. He has a Magister's Paladin, which allows him to add another Pendulum Monster from his deck to his hand, as well as 3 other cards in hand, 2 back row. This deck is really good at generating all sorts of advantage and stopping everybody's plays. I'm going to go ahead and start off with a Deep Sea Diva. Diva's going to special summon the Prince, and now we're going to trigger the Prince's effect, sending a Marksman. Maybe I can poke out a couple of back row that he has and prevent him from stopping my power plays. We're going to activate Marksman's effect, destroying a back row. Then we're going to activate Tias's and chain Dragoon's effect. Now we get a couple of searches going on, and maybe we can be able to establish a board the opponent can't overcome. So I'm going to go ahead and add Pike to my hand, and then Dragoon's effect, which I completely forgot I even had. I'm going to go ahead and get Megalo to my hand because, I mean, let's face it, it really doesn't matter. Now I'm going to activate Instant Fusion, and here's what things get interesting because it's Spell Vanishing. Oh my. For the people that don't know what Spell Vanishing does, at the cost of discarding 2 cards from his hands, he gets to negate the activation of one of my spells and destroy it. Furthermore, I have to search my deck for more cards, or for cards with the same name as that card, and send them to the graveyard as well. A lot of people will probably argue that, you know, sending 2 cards from the deck to the graveyard is a lot. But then again, look at what he just stopped. And you kind of understand why he played that card. I think it's definitely a pretty nice card. It's definitely a sleeper. The Cali Effect should have put Tias to attack, but I'm going to make the correct play and special summon Marksman instead of Dragoons to our side of the field. And now we're going to swing for that max damage. But most importantly, I'm going to call on to the gods. Almighty Posieden, grant us what we need. After this 1400 damage of Marksman attacking, I special summon Atlantean Dragoons, swinging for an additional 2000, putting him at 2200 life points. But it's even worse. The Cali Effect, I can't control it. We must summon the ultimate monster, Trishula of the Ice Barrier. I haven't summoned this monster in so long, allowing me to banish 1 card in his graveyard. I wish I could banish a card on his field, but I get to banish a card on his hand, effectively crippling the strategy. But if it wasn't worse, I'm going to go ahead and make Gaios and equip it with Cestus, finishing off any chances for him winning. Just to let you guys know, that's game. This video is brought to you in part by the Cali Effects Binder Update, where you can purchase the cheapest cards online from your favorite YouTuber. All you have to do is click on the video that you're seeing right now, and that will take you to my latest Binder Update. Coincidentally, you guys can also check the link in the description. It is my Google Docs, where you guys can catch cards that are not even in the Binder Update on this list. Purchase cards from the Cali Effect, your favorite YouTuber, and the cheapest cards online today. Hey, go back and watch that ad. I'm forcing ads down you guys' throats because the Cali Effect cards are really cheap and really good. So for the people that didn't want to listen to it, listen to it. And if you wanted to listen to it again until you get something from the Cali Effect, okay? This time around, I'm going to be playing against Infernoids, and he's going to set up pretty nice, destroying my Lin, but allowing me to special summon Pike. Pike is going to trigger itself to send Dragoons, and now we got the ball game rolling. I'm going to go ahead and add Gun to my hand, and then I'm going to trigger Dragoons to add a Sea Serpent from my deck to my hand, because that's just how the deck rolls. I finally get the Prince that I needed. That sounded so weird. I finally got the Prince that I needed. What am I, a princess? Definitely not my cup of tea. Anyways, he's going to go into a Gemini Pearl and run over my Mermail Abyss Pike. And I'm just sitting here with a tear down my face, but with the most perfect hand of all time, inside of my clutches right now. So now I'm gonna ask for Posieden to grant me the mighty Neptabyss effect, and then we're gonna go ahead and see if we can summon it. We're gonna activate it. Oh man, it feels so good to play a good card like this. I haven't played good cards in a very long time. We're gonna send Marksman to the graveyard to add Dragoons, and then Dragoons is gonna destroy that pesky back row, whatever it might have been. I don't know. He could have been playing anything. I'm not gonna go ahead and risk it. Next, we're gonna summon Norden. Norden's gonna special summon Dragoons, and we're gonna gain Dragoons effect again by making Abyss Dweller. It's not necessarily that I got to negate, all card effects in his graveyard. It's the fact that I got to, get Dragoon's effect 2 times. And that's the really big part about this. Even more, now I'm going to just go ahead and go for game by activating Megalo's effect and then pitching and getting all this good stuff to my side of the field. I just thought I should point that out, that, resolving Dragoon's effect 3 times in 1 turn is probably going to mean game for your opponent. There's really not much else to do. I was actually talking to my wife because this was not the first time that I made this video. I actually spent quite some time making this video. We had a pretty big discussion, and it kind of lined up like this clip you guys have seen before with me.
This is Hank Hill. You, huh? Well, you're not getting any more of your funny timer sand, and you're gonna leave my wife alone. Uh-huh. No, your ass is mine, because we've got a plan. Sure we do. It's a terrific plan. We discarded 2 perfectly good plans when we came up with this great one.
Why didn't you tell me about our terrific plan?
Peggy, I made that up.
Okay, so I want you guys to imagine you guys are the person that I'm talking on the phone with, and obviously me coming up with 2 perfectly good plans, and that's normally how my day goes when making you guys videos. I'm gonna go ahead and summon the Prince again, then I'm gonna go ahead and send Dragoons. Now, if the Cali effect is any type of troll, I'm gonna troll this guy right here and tell him that I am not the Cali effect. You thought, shout out to you, Amoto123, you have definitely played the Cali effect. It's just that, when you ask if I am who I am and my name's who I am, I'm going to say no. This time around, we actually get to go first. We set up a pretty nice board with Neptabyss, Tias, a breakthrough skill, and also a mash change too. A pivotal cards in this deck I want to add out because Master Hero Acid and Master Hero Dankclaw are probably 2 of the most best cards in the game right now when it comes to fusion monsters. Probably right behind Norden because Norden's pretty useful. He's going to go ahead and Raigeki me, which is kind of sucks. And then he's going to summon Master Hero Shadow Mist and set a lot of back row. That's a lot of back row. I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Deep Sea Diva. And now we're going to activate the effect of Deep Sea Diva to hopefully be able to special summon, and it's met by, yep, that's right, he's waiting to activate it. Solemn Strike. Well, my first encounter with Solemn Strike was definitely not my best encounter with Solemn Strike. Back to him, Amoto definitely has the advantage, able to have a monster in the field that allows him to do stuff. He's going to go ahead and attack for 1,000 damage, and smartly, he's going to mash change it. He drew that mash change. So I'm going to chain Maxi, knowing that once I draw after Darklaw is summoned, he's going to activate the effect of Darklaw and I'm going to lose a card. Or not. I got that breakthrough skill face down that I'm going to be needing to use twice in 1 turn. So might as well draw the card that I obviously need and negate the Dankclaw from getting rid of it while I can use the breakthrough skill in graveyard again because the Cali effect really needed to draw cards. So back to us. We're going to go ahead and activate the copy of breakthrough skill. And now keep in mind, unless he Solemn Warnings this Gen X Undyne, sending to the grave is a cost. So we're going to go ahead and send heavy or infantry. Infantry's going to activate its effect, but not before we get Gen X Controller. And now we have an out to the Dankclaw. He's going to chain it for some reason. I don't know what he did right there. We're going to attack with that 1,200 damage. That damage. You don't know what to do. Gen X Undyne. Strongest of the strongest. If you guys don't know what GAM means for a Mermail player, then I don't know what to tell you because GAM was the best deck of all time. He's going to attack into my Undyne, and that's when I turn Undyne into an Acid. And here's the great part. He can't stop my Acid because Gund is Chain Link 2 to special summon Tias. Unless he has a card like Breakthrough Skill, Notice, or any other Rift Draft ain't going to work because Chain Link 1. Back to that Mermail trickery. This allowing me to completely wipe his back row, and now I am in a winning position. Too strong, Cali Effect. You too strong. Go ahead and make that Castell or whatever you're going to make. And because, I mean, I do have the breakthrough skill for the answer. But shout out to you for being an amazing sport. Very good game playing with you a Moto123. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. If you want to buy the cheapest cards online from your favorite Yu-Gi tuber, you can click on this little box like I said before. Furthermore, I also have cards that are not listed in this binder in my Google documents in the description. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.